emphasize that the applicant should give a sworn affidavit, explaining the circumstances. And he could also, along with this affidavit, give other relevant information. For example, some other documentary proof of your being of Indian origin. And we are getting a large number of such cases with visa applications. Those are being processed expeditiously. And, here I would also like to quickly mention that my consular section has brought to my attention, some sort of misinformation. At times it could be, disinformation, that is deliberate misinformation, by a few unscrupulous travel agents and so on. So the applicants, our community at large, should be careful in this regard that they have information only from reliable sources. Of course, I am sure there are a large number of travel agents who are doing a very good job, and whether an applicant applies directly or through a travel agent, that is entirely his decision.
Yeah.
But the short point is that we are issuing a large number of surrender certificates on a daily basis. Now, if you do not have your old Indian passport, then we will not issue a surrender certificate. But that, as I said, for visa, there is this provision for you giving a sworn affidavit, and we are processing a large number of visas on that basis. And also, let me, elaborate a little bit. Once those who produce their actual passports and get them cancelled and are given surrender certificates, now these are not required to be carried to India when you travel. That again, my attention has been brought to this, among some quarters, this lack of clarity. Well, when you travel to India, you obviously, like any travel, you got to have a visa, and in case of India, we also have other schemes. But you don't have to carry. So, but please keep it in your safe custody for future consular services of the consulate. So I hope this would put to rest any confusion that you refer to, and any concern that might have been there.
Approximately how much time does this process take?
It depends on each case. You see, we have been getting many surrender certificates where applications are incomplete. So processing of consular applications, whether it is an Indian consulate or the consulate or embassy of any other country, I think it would not be fair to give a generalized broad brush answer, because it depends on the type of application, and we have been getting many surrender certificate applications which were incomplete. And I would once again underline the advisory that I referred to earlier in this context, so that the applicants are very clear as to what all has to be sent. I mean, on a Saturday, anyway, that is, I didn't want to mention it, but we have been, I have particularly in view of this being holiday season, for several weeks, besides the very long hours which my entire team, and it's an excellent team, besides the very long hours which they keep on a daily basis, there is seldom a weekend when many of our officials, and in recent weeks, the entire team has been working over the weekend. And yesterday, for example, you see our consular section, I was told at the end of the day, they prepared more than 200 surrender certificates, and prepared nearly 350 visas on a Saturday. So that is just to illustrate the type of very elaborate and meticulous work that we are doing with regard to our consular services.
Okay, just for the station ID, you are listening to the Asian Hour Kunru, KXYZ M1320. My name is Veena Dutt. Right now, we are bringing you some clarifications from the Consul General of India, Honorable Sanjeev Arora himself. It is being said that no one can revisit India within 2 months of their prior visit. So everyone's confusion is that what if there is an emergency concerning a family wedding or a death or some other issue? Any solution to that? And also, sir, talking about emergencies, let's say someone receives the news of a death in the family at midnight, wishes to leave the very next day. Who and where can he call at that time of the night? And how can the consulate help? Also, if someone is out of town, then what? Have I asked too many questions?
No. Please feel free. You see, the consular services is an area where there is maximum interface with the public at large, and I'm very glad to be providing all this information at some length, and it is available already in the public domain, but I'm glad you're asking this. Well, first of all, it is incorrect. I repeat, first of all, it is incorrect to say that the provision of special permission for re-entry within 2 months applies to all visas. So please don't make a general statement.
Oh, okay.
This provision applies, I repeat, this provision applies only to those holding tourist visas. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, if a person in possession of a tourist visa is revisiting India within a period of 60 days of his or her previous visit, then there is an application that has to be made through Travisa, sent to us, and I can assure you that each such application has always been given the highest priority. Mm-hmm. And of course, under the relevant rules, for someone on a tourist visa to revisit within 2 months, it has to be an emergent situation, and the documentation has to be provided. I mean, I can readily recall many such cases. Well, I think earlier this week there was someone whose mother was critically ill, and I think his re-entry endorsement on his passport was done practically in 30 minutes or something like that. Yeah. Now, with regard, so I repeat, this applies only to tourist visas, right?
Yeah.
And most of the persons of Indian origin are applying for entry visas, right?
Yeah.
And for entry visas, this does not apply. Now, incidentally, I would also like to mention here, it would be of interest to your listeners, that persons of Indian origin are not debarred from applying for a tourist visa, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can also apply for a tourist visa.
Okay.
Yeah, but entry visa is advisable. 5 years multiple entry visas are being given, subject naturally to all the processing requirements being in order. And there are other categories of visas, business visas, and for each of those there is very detailed information on the Travisa website.
Okay.
I think you also asked me about emergencies.
Okay.
Well, you see, naturally, given this large size of our community, and that is, I think, human life, I mean, there can be, unfortunately, some emergency, with affecting someone's family. Now, we have always have in the consulate mechanisms to deal with it. Now, soon after I came, in addition to our